Good Sunday morning. Well, you see I got my rubber gloves on, and I am picking hot peppers. Cause last time I did this, like Junior sitting here, picking peppers, not thinking about it. Now I had these gloves in the house, and I ain't gonna use them. I'll just pick them barehanded like I've done before. Well, this is about the size of a full-size pepper on this plant, and this thing right here will set you on fire. So I got my little table sitting here. I got a couple planks of wood on the side of me. It has my tea on the sit beside me. And I'm just sitting here piece by piece picking peppers. So this is what I'm doing for my partial Sunday morning. I should be in church. That's where I should be. My kids need to be in church. That's where they need to be. But you see where I'm sitting at, 11:30, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's on my front porch, picking peppers, because this is my brine. I have my peppers in. It's 1 tablespoon of pickling salt. It's probably 4.5 cups of apple cider vinegar and white vinegar mix, and all kinds of peppers that, well, been sitting in it in the refrigerator for a period of time. And I'm gonna let them get nice and briny, and after they get nice and briny, separate them. I'm gonna grind them up into a paste, and then I'm gonna cut them with the vinegar brine. That's gonna be my hot sauce.
I was gonna ask, the 2 peppers right here, the California habaneros, what are those?
Those are Cajun bell peppers, and they are hot.
Hotter than these?
No, these are the hottest peppers I've grown so far. Well, I didn't really grow these. I bought this as a planter. Came in the original bucket container, and I just put it here on my front porch, threw some fertilizer on it, and so how she bees. Now, the other day, I was talking about it on the video, but I never posted the video. I was talking about thinning out my wild cherry tree over there. I cut out 2 sections of it, and I tell you what, it's made a huge difference. I got a few more sections I got to clear out. I'll take the step ladder over there, and I'm going to put it up against the tree. And I'm going to have one of my Dupas kids with a lead line. What?
Nothing.
Like I said, one of my kids over there, the lead line, pulling on and tugging on it, so that way when I cut a section piece, they can help the direction of the fall of it. Because I'm going to cut the top out first, and then work my way down towards the bottom. Man, this thing's loaded in peppers. Loaded, loaded, loaded. I waited a little bit too long to pick some of these, but it's alright. This is going to be my aftermath of liquid death. Now, the best thing about it is my sister-in-law a few months back said that she couldn't find a good hot sauce. Everything's too weak. So you know where this is coming into play. So I've decided I'm going to make her some hot sauce. Now, I should get me one of those little labels that says, you know, eat this on your own free will and everything else, but I'm not. I'm just gonna make this hot sauce here. Of course, I got some other friends of mine that they love this crazy stuff that burns your guts on fire and everything else. Of course, I like hot sauce, but I have a limit. I don't like my guts feeling like it's in the bowels of hell. Oh man. Pick. Wife's in there yelling at the kids again. They must have done something stupid. Man, there's a lot of good peppers on here. I'm taking this plant inside this year, just like I'm taking my other pepper plants. I've been trying to find a good flower pot for them. I was going to take those great big, huge behemoth pots I have out for outside in the house, which would give them a fairly decent size grow basin. But what I'm going to do instead, I figured out, is I saw somebody else on Facebook, friends of mine, they're using them for garden pots. And I sat there and I thought, well, I said, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to get me some 5-gallon buckets, drill some small little holes in the bottom of it for water leakage, and which I don't assume there's going to be much water leakage, but there might be a little bit. And I'm going to put them in the house. So, you know, my little pieces they do come off when I pick, lay them back on the dirt for fertilizer. But yeah, these things, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's already starting to stain my gloves a little bit, and that's the stuff, that little brown stuff on my glove. If you can see that, I'm not for sure if you can or not, but if you can, that's what gets on your fingers when you pick these things, and you can feel the burn all across your hands. But yeah, there's a bunch of small red ones, and there's some fat ones, and there's some thin ones, and there's small ones, and medium size, and big ones. So this is what I'm doing. And then sometime this afternoon, I'm going to go over there in my basket plant, and I'm going to pick off some of the colorful ones, like the red ones and maybe some of the orange ones. I need to make a separate thing of them versus this here, because this one here, it has all the heat it needs, because even though the jar is probably 3 feet below me, the fumes that's coming off out of that jar, it's making my eyes burn. So if it's making my eyes burn that far away, yeah, it's doing its job. So, and all this here is going to be like overkill, so I'm not going to complain too much. I paid, I think it was $15 for this plant from Rural King, about 2, maybe 3 months ago. Well, see, this is September now, so that'd be what? Yeah, 3 months ago. I paid $15 for this plant, and I would say there's probably anywhere between 30 to 50 green peppers. I'm gonna pick one of these to show you, because after they turn red, they turn that color, kind of like a brown color, or like a brownish red. And I don't know if that means it's even more hotter than what it is, or if it's just wow. I'm not gonna taste it. I'm just gonna smell it. Well, I tell you what, I'm smelling it. Whew, that's like death, pure death. Hope she likes her Christmas present this year, because if she does, well, if she does or doesn't, it's gonna burn her in guts. So I'm not sure how I can show you this without making a big mess, but all them red ones on top is what I just put in there. I'll probably have to take a different approach of it and swirl this around, get them nice and good. There we go. There's cayenne peppers in here. There's serrano peppers. There's Tabasco peppers. There's Cajun bell peppers. Wow. That's hot. You want to open your sinus cavities up? Yeah. I just opened mine up and then some. But yeah, I mean, this is what I enjoy. I ain't making nothing fancy, I ain't making nothing special. I'm just doing an old-timey kind of, well, I wouldn't say old-timey, but just doing things kind of like the old ways. I got little white blossoms all over the place still on this thing. See, this is about as small as they get, about that small. There's a few in here a little bit smaller than that. They're red. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them anyway, just because they're red. And the good thing about this is every time I do this, usually within about a week's time of me picking these peppers, I'll have 20 to 30 more little flowers pop out that's gonna grow new peppers. So come on, get off there. So by doing this, at least it starts a new advancement of peppers. Come on, get off there. There's a little bud piece on there. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that little thing there, toss him back in there. She's kind of puny. Come on. I really don't remember what this actual. I got the tag of it over there. I'll get a picture of that later, and I'll put it as my thumb tag on the video, so that way if y'all are interested in these peppers, y'all can get you some. I mean, they use them for cooking, but tell you what, between the Laotians and the Vietnamese and the Mexicans, I don't see how they even have a gut left, because some of the stuff they eat, man, and they eat it daily. It's not like, oh, we're going to do something special one day and we're going to pick something up. They eat it all the time. I couldn't do it. I'd be the poor guy with Zantac and Pepto and Tums and everything else, sitting there starving to death because I couldn't eat the food. Yeah, I got just about all the red peppers. I got a few Little stem piece. Break you off. Got just about all the peppers, red ones off. I got a probably guesstimation 15 or 20 brown ones, which I'm going to start on next. And the only thing that's left is the green ones. I'd like to get some of these dried out, but if I do this, I'm going to have to run an extension cord to my deck and put them on the dehydrator on the deck, because when I've dehydrated other peppers on there last year, like a dumbass, I did them in the house. And the best way I could describe it is get your two big old things of mace, hold them in each hands, and do circles in your house. And that's what it's like, because my eyes was on fire, my sinus cavity was on fire, my face was on fire, and it wasn't too bad starting out, but once you got within the hour to 2 hour mark, man, it just, the whole house was like you just sprayed mace all over the place, and or pepper spray. And my face and body and throat and lungs, everything was on fire. And needless to say, it wasn't a smart idea. It was good in the process, thinking of it. You know, what goes through your mind sounds good until you start doing it. And then once you start doing it, you realize, I done screwed up. And by that time, it's too late. So, it was kind of like one of those, here, hold my beer moments. So, this year, if I do this, I'll get my drop cord, like I said, put it on the deck or the back porch, and take my dehydrator out there. I'm going to do it that way, because I'm not going to run this stuff, especially these, in the dehydrator. So, but I tell you what, this right here would make a great chili powder, because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take my other peppers, usually a lot milder peppers, and I'll string them, and I'll hang them up to dry. And then once they're fully dried, I got it's kind of like a food processor, and I'll take them, and I'll stick them inside that when they're all dry, stems and all, and I'll grind it up to a fine powder. And there's a friend of mine lives down in Texas. His name's Dan, and I sent him a couple of things of it once before, because he bought some silver off of me and some other things, and I threw a few packages of that into it, of my chili powder I make, and he loved it. He sprinkled across his chili, everything. He loved it. So I had some excess peppers, and I dried them, and I ground them up, and I sent them to him. I think it was either before or after Christmas. I can't remember. But he used all it up. So this year, with this plant here, and my other plants over there, my Tabasco peppers, my serranos, and my other chilies, I'm going to dry them like I did my other peppers. And once they're dried, I'm going to grind all these up together. Of course, I'm going to dehydrate these, because these little stems here, it'd take me forever to, do these. I might use the dehydrator on them too, on the back porch, to do everything at one time, and do it that way. Since these are really small, and the Tabasco peppers, they're a little bit bigger than these. I mean, in diameter wise, they're a little bit bigger than these. In length wise, it's like, I don't know, 3.5 times the size of these. So, but the serranos, they're about the same size as a jalapeno, but they're not as I don't think they're as hot as a jalapeno. They just have good flavor. So, yeah, my plant bush here is done. It's complete. Well, I'm completed. A few more stragglers on here, old brown ones. I'll get these. But I don't know what we're going to do today. We might take it easy. We might go walk a trail. Or we might sit at home and be lazy and clean up in the yard some more. I mean, majority of the yard's clean. I just got to work on my back shed back there because it looks like a bomb went off in it. And we can do that during the week, which would be no big deal because it's supposed to be nice and hot during the week. It's around 77 to 80 degrees right now. Today's high is going to be like 81. So it's really mild outside. And it feels great. It's a little warm, but nothing bad. You know, it's even with the sun coming down through the tree directly on me, it's still not bad. It's actually pleasant. And of course, by looking at a lot of the leaves on the trees, because we got a small little bit of rain a little bit ago, well, about a week ago, and the leaves, and you can just look at them, you can tell they're dry because of lack of water. And I mean, they're still green, but they got that really dry look to them. So, of course, the trees are in the shade over here. The trees like them, you know, they don't look like they're so bad. But the ones that are actually out in full sunlight, you can tell they've taken a licking because of lack of water. There's a couple more brown ones. I'll pick these. See, this is just, I ain't trying to tell you to do certain things. I ain't trying to explain things to you. I'm just picking, talking to you, having a grand old day. In the beginning, I tried to be like everybody else. Oh, this is my little homestead. This is my little thing. Anymore, I'm just... There goes TJ and his souped up Mustang. But, you know, like I was saying, you know, trying to do like my little homestead thing, which, truthfully, anything can be a homestead. Anything can, you know. It just depends on what you do with it. Yeah. That's when I want to get rid of the wife. She hates being videotaped. She hates being on camera. That's why she smiled real big when she closed the door, because she knew what I was doing. That's why I turned the camera real quick. That way, she'd be on video. She hates me taking pictures of her. She hates me videoing her. Why, I don't know. But yeah, this is my, and that's, you know, like I was saying about the homesteading thing, it's not really so much of, you know, what you can prove that you can do. It's what you can do and how much you can do of it. And it took me a little while to figure it out. You know, I'm not trying to be, you know, Mr. YouTube. I'm not trying to, you know, be like, oh, watch my stuff, don't worry about somebody else, watch my stuff only. No. I mean, there's all kinds of people I watch. I watch Big Family Homestead. That's a great thing to watch. I've been watching them for years. I can't think of his name now. He does cast iron skillet work. He cleans cast irons. He cooks on cast iron. I'll have to throw his name in later. I can't think of it off the top of my head. There's a cooking show down in Nashville, Tennessee called Shotgun Red. If you never heard of them, watch them. They're great. They give, I mean, it's like, I've cooked a lot of the stuff they put on there. You know, I watched it, like, that looks good. I'm gonna try it. So I followed their kind of like step-by-step recipe, kind of critiqued it a little bit different. It's a great thing to watch, especially if you love cooking. Shotgun Red, you know, it's great. Excuse me. I mean, there's a bunch of others. If you go down my I guess subscription channel thing where where it shows people I follow. You can watch all of them. Now I do have a bunch of other videos, people on there I watch, like music things that a lot of people will be like, well, they're not in there. Look in the shed. We have a cat that had kittens, and she's been moving the kittens into the blazer when the windows are rolled down a lot of times. And she moved them off the back porch again, so the wife's out there trying to find them. She moves them from the carport to the shed, to the blazer, to the back porch, and she just throws them all over. She brings them all over the place, so it's no telling where they're at. Yep, my plant's done. It's all nothing left but greens. Greeny greens. So I figure probably in about probably a week's time, these green ones are going to start turning, because since I picked all the other ones off, my hands feel funny. So I'll be out here again doing the same thing again. My tea has a hole in it. But anyway, I'll cut it short, and y'all have a great Sunday, and I'll probably see you again here this afternoon, because like I said, we're probably going to take a trip out to one of the trails around here, and probably the one in town, and go see what we can do. Y'all have a great Sunday.